How you doing, guys? I'm going to show you guys a little bit about some boxing techniques, hitting a heavy bag, just some simple basics to help you be on your way and get started. Most importantly, first things first, guys, always make sure you have your hand wraps on, always. It doesn't matter if you're boxing in the ring or if you're just fooling around at home with a heavy bag, you always want to make sure you're protected at all times. These things are very important that you wrap your wrist. This is what's going to absorb the shock when you punch the bag. Also, to put enough around your metacarpus area. This is what's going to cause the solid hit, right? Always make sure, safety first. Next thing's next. Guys, when you throw a jab, first thing you got to remember is you want to stay as narrow as possible. You don't ever want to be too square. The more square you are, the more space you're giving your opponent to hit. You don't ever want to be an open target. The bigger target he has to hit, the more opportunity you have to get hurt or possibly even knocked out. You want to stand as narrow as possible. Your left foot pointing directly at your opponent if you're a right-handed orthodox fighter, and your right foot's going to be outside of your left foot, slightly pointed outward, okay? When you throw a punch, don't just throw the punch, guys, all right? I see a lot of guys that just do this, and they just throw the punch and try to hurt the other guy. You're not going to be as effective throwing like this if you would to aim through your opponent. You want to always step in, all right? You don't want to aim at your opponent, you want to aim through your opponent. This provides more pressure for square range delivery, more damaging and effective punching power. That's what we're looking for in boxing. That's where boxers get their power. You have to know how to hit. You're using your body weight, right? So when you throw, that small shift from the left foot going forward, always keep your hands up too, guys, all right? You don't want to be too tight. You don't want to be too loose. Just keep like an even balance, all right? And when you step forward, you're going to aim through your opponent. You're going to step forward just like that. So you're going to step forward, and you're going to aim through your opponent. And don't just swing fast out and let your hand drop. I see a lot of fighters doing this as well. They swing, and then they let their hand drop, and they come back slow. Always make sure you retract your punch just as fast as you delivered it. This is very important. If your opponent sees a pattern in how slow you're coming back, he's going to react on that with a counter punch, and you're going to get hit, all right? Because remember, when you're hitting the bag, it's not just about hitting the bag. It's imagining being hit back as well, all right? This is utilizing what you've been taught in the gym or what your trainer has taught you. This is to be safe as well as delivering effective punching power. Now, when you throw it right, guys, always remember, your right hand is not going to leave until you have your left hand defending. Always make sure one hand is defending before you throw the next punch. So when you throw the left hand, you're going to throw. And before you throw the right punch, your right hand's going to be coming back. All right? When you throw the right punch, you're going to be pivoting your right foot all the way, aiming through your opponent, keeping your eyes on the opponent at all times, because you're not just using your arm power, guys. You're using your pivot, you're using your torso, and you're also using your shoulder when you deliver the area. All right? So what you're doing is you're providing as much body weight possible in the punch. This is how you're going to destroy your opponent. This is how we're going to make this happen. So always remember, you throw the left punch, step in, your right punch comes in, and you're going to aim through your opponent. This is very effective punching, all right? Simple techniques that could very well progress you in any form of boxing that you may do. Jab. As far as the hook, guys, I want to remind you guys that I see a lot of guys when they swing their hooks, they just go crazy and they just kind of keep their arms up. Guys, although it may feel like you're swinging kind of hard, you're actually losing power. You're not going to be as effective bringing your arm out as you would if you were to keep it nice and tight and keeping your elbow up. Any hook you throw, always want to make sure you keep your elbow up. This provides more pressure when you hit the opponent. So more pressure, more damage. Simple as that. You want to provide as much hard punching power as you possibly can. So what you want to do is if you were to throw a right hook to the head, you're going to get in your position. The right hook's going to go from here, and it's going to keep like this, all right? You see how the elbow's up? It's going to come from here. It's going to go here. Try not to cock back as much, all right? When you cock back, what you're going to do is you're giving your opponent more time to hit you. You're giving him that little space where he knows you're going to throw right, and you're pretty much projecting your movement, and then he has time to respond with a counter punch. And you're going to probably wonder why you just got hit. It's going to be frustrating. So you want to make sure you make the quickest adjustment possible and just hit quickly from here. Your punches are already stored. So as soon as you punch, they're going to come straight out. And they're just going to boom, just like that, all right? Always make sure you keep your elbows up. If if you're going to swing a right hook to the body, guys, get low. Don't be afraid to get low. Bend your knees. You don't want to be too low. You don't want to be too low, and you also don't want to be too high. You want to maintain an even balance. Stay planted to the ground. This is an important aspect, right? So if you were to throw a right hook to the body, bend your knees and keep your elbow up. This gives you an even level of balance. Instead of bending down and hitting where your face is still hittable, you want to bend down and get out of the way just in case he throws a punch anywhere to your head. He misses. Why? Because you're down here. And you're going to throw a right hook just like that. All right? If you're going to throw a right hook to the body and head, then you would be just like that. All right? These are very effective moves that can help you. If you were to throw a left hook, same thing, guys. It's going to come straight from here, straight to the bag. All right? Now, when you hit, you're practicing technique. Don't hit the bag harder than your wrist can take. You could injure your wrist doing this as well. So when you hit the bag, if you're going to throw a left hook, throw it right from where it is. If you're going to go down, go down. Hit the body, just like that. Always keep a wrist blocking the face, just like that. All right? Right hand, just like that. Those are the main points, guys. One thing you want to remember, stance. If you catch yourself off stance, get right. That's important. Your opponent's seeing all this, all right? He's studying you as you're moving. He's studying you as you're punching. He's seeing if you have any weaknesses in your stance, if you have any weaknesses in your speed. If he sees these things and he acts upon them, you could possibly get hurt. You got to remember that. Boxing is an art. You're studying your opponent. He's studying you. You're seeking out his weaknesses. He's seeking out your weaknesses. All these things take effect in nonverbal communication when you're boxing. So although it's a physical communication, it's also nonverbal. 10% physical, 90% mental. Remember that, guys. So remember, stance, plant your feet, left foot pointed at your opponent, right foot out, slightly slanted, shoulders up, loose, not too tight, comfortable. You always want to make sure you maintain a balanced stance. This is an orthodox stance, all right? Your left hand is going to be up here. You want to step in to make a punch. When your right hand comes back, it's going to go up. So it's going to go boom. That's what it's going to be. You want to throw two rights, just like that. If you want to throw a jab, always make sure you step forward. Always make sure you use that body weight. Boxing is all about throwing your body weight with your punches. The more body weight you can apply in each punch, the harder you hit your opponent. This causes more damage. It's more effective. At the same time, delivers a more effective blow to whichever part of the body you may be hitting. All right? Guys, always remember, don't be afraid to bob and weave. I see people that kind of just fight and they just hope kind of not to get hit and just move their head. Bob and weave. It's comfortable, all right? And just kind of got to get used to it. You kind of got to practice a little bit. If you're going to go to the left, don't just go to the left, all right? Bob to the left. Weave, all right? If you're going to go to the right, use your feet, all right? Your feet are a big balance factor. Your pivots, they're important. You can do it. It's very easy. It's a simple movement, all right? Practice it. You can deliver the blow more effectively if you're balanced. It's a shift of weight on your toes is what it is. And the better you shift your weight and the more effectively you shift your weight, the more better setup you have to deliver the next damaging punch. So you have a better display of power when you balance yourself properly, all right, guys? These are pretty much basic techniques. It's important to know. Always remember that. Jabs, straight rights, left hook, right hook. There's different variations of these things, but these are pretty much the basic boxing punches. You always want to remember that, guys. So that's pretty much it, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.